Kindly put your hands together. I know it's getting quite late in the evening. This is Swarmless on stage.
Yeah, no, I think can you please restart it? Okay, we have heard a lot of interesting ideas, how can we leave out some of the exciting elements of India, wedding, jewelry, gold. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for giving us this opportunity. I'm Manjunath. Essentially, I'm going to talk about the idea called Scheme Central. We are an online marketplace for jewelry saving schemes. For people who know, saving schemes are essentially prepaid instruments where you can, in a recurring monthly installment format, pay to the retailer of your choice, and then he'll add a discount in the end in the form of savings, and you can then go and redeem an element of your choice. So this has been very effectively used when you want to kind of buy big ticket items, but it's a stretch goal and you can't afford it. We are, for example, in India, just looking at some facts, there are 150 million weddings bound to happen in the next 10 years. And some of the planned purchase activities that people do is wedding expenses, honeymoon packages, and then, of course, the durables for the home. Now, how do you actually kind of find all this in one marketplace? So what are the customer challenges, right? Today, these are all offline. They've been existing for about 20 years, but nobody has thought about bringing them online. It's fragmented. Discovery is a challenge. People have to go in traffic and parking and queues and all to pay just that monthly installment. And also 60% of the population of India is under 30. These are people who have grown up, they're digital natives, they're people who have grown up with using online and mobile wallets, right? So for them, it's about, hey, there should be an easy way, there should be save and buy options, there has to be planned purchase mechanism, and it should enable recurring payments. That's the problem for the customer. Now, what is the real problem for the merchants, our supply partners? They have essentially always wanted customer lock-in, right? So they have had these saving schemes, but the fact is a lot of it is about accounting. It's a lot of back office operations, and they wanted timely payments. Today, they don't have a very effective solution because most of these are manual, print and paper based. There's no centralization at all. Absolutely no differentiation in terms of what they are trying to offer to the customer, and then it's inefficient and fragmented. So we wanted to kind of bring in an online platform which does all of this for them, and because of that, they will also end up becoming our, paying customers. The next most important thing, how do you solve this? From this very platform, Redbus has shown that when it's a highly fragmented market, you can actually kind of consolidate it by bringing all of them into one platform so that people can promote whatever offerings they have, and they can also kind of book online. We are trying to do the same thing. That's why we are an online marketplace for both promotions and prepayments. And some of the market segments that we are looking at, India represents about 3 continents in one. As we started, we kind of started to realize that yes, middle class is the biggest segment for this, but gold is kind of universally accepted or needed in India. However, for the bottom of the pyramid who are largely unbanked, we kind of become the channel where they can actually start saving some stuff simply because retailers are very close to wherever they are and banks can't reach them. So for the unbanked, for the underbanked, and for the banked, which is the high-end HNIs and all that, we essentially can become the player to enable all sorts of stretch goals for them. Now, let's look at the real size in terms of the Indian latent market currently as it exists. Just jewelry sales is about 2,50,000 crores, and saving schemes in that is 10%, which is about 25,000 crores. Now, even if we take just 0.5% of this market online, or offline aggregation, we can essentially tap about 125 crores. We can get into the details of it, but that's largely what we have understood. What are our acquisition channels? One, we can get the existing subscribers of Jewellers itself onto the online marketplace. The other is get new subscribers online. The third most important thing is go through MFIs. Now, when we go through MFIs and get these large subscriber bases that are there, why will they partner with us? Today, MFIs don't have any meaningful financial inclusion. They have been only lending, and they are desperate for some savings options. These become the actual, image makeover capability for the MFIs, and they are also kind of not part of RBI regulations. So for the MFIs, our impact is we aggregate a lot of savings items, in one place, so they can essentially enable save and buy options, and they can also enable financial literacy to people. Now, I will kind of address how it's kind of financial inclusion. See, savings is definitely something, and when jeweler is giving 8% to 20% discounts, this is what most people want. But in addition to that, it also helps them to kind of track their stuff and plan ahead and all that. So that's why it's both financial inclusion and financial literacy in one play. Of course, our impact to retail merchants, as I said, we enable them to go both national and global with all their saving schemes. Essentially, NRIs can start investing in them. We get timely payments. Most important, we will enable them back office accounting. Now, what's our revenue model? Because we bring this value proposition to merchants, they essentially pay us a commission. There are other revenue streams which we have been in talks with, essentially for back office automation and also predictive analytics and demand planning and all that based on our platform. What's our real goals for the next 6 years? By 2015, we want to be the leading catalog for all such offline prepaid instruments. And by 2017, we want to be the market leader. And then by 2019, we want to be the global hub because even in advanced countries, this is practiced in the form of lay away or lay by. The team, we essentially focus on smart savings and retail purchases. We are motivated to enable planned purchase in India. We are an average age of about 36 to 37 years. The team essentially has worked in different continents across the world. The progress so far, we have about 19 prepaid scheme catalogs available today online. It's live, it's in private beta. We have about 300 plus registered users currently on our system, and 10 of them have actually already subscribed to the schemes. We have a pipeline of merchants. We just did an AGM event this Sunday. We have 153, but I've just mentioned it as 53. Now I'm running short of time, so very quickly on the financials, by 2015, we want to kind of have 167 plus crores.
Swamvers, we're going to have to stop you there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm willing to take the questions, if there are any.
Any pointers, questions from the judges?
But, you are a business, right? Not a social venture.
We are definitely a for-profit social, essentially.
For-profit social.
Yeah. No. Meaningful financial inclusion, people have suddenly figured out that it only happens if everybody in the value chain is incentivized accordingly, right? So that's essentially why we are also a social impact organization.
Any other questions? Judges?
The essential thing is this involves a different change in terms of how the main target audience, which you said the middle class, will need to change. And there I presume a lot of them are women. They're used to their typical chit funds and what they do, and in many cases I still assume that this is out of savings which they do, which their husband doesn't know.
Absolutely right. In fact, the kiddie parties and all that.
Yeah.
The truth is, even now, behind the scenes, they're actually going and putting it into a jeweler. No, most people don't know that. So, that's we want to kind of make it a little more organized and systematic in nature. Why kind of do it in small groups? Collectively, you can actually gain a lot of advantage because then jewelers also will start to give you better discounts, right? Or whoever. I mean, we were talking about travel, we are talking about consumer durables. A lot of
the
stuff.
fact is, if you sort of trace back the thread of how that happens, I think that element of protecting that information itself is very key. So the moment you talk about internet and thing, I think that concern in terms of saying, okay, maybe somebody else will find out, my husband will find out, or my family will find out. I think that may happen. So I'm still unsure how much of that target audience is going to sort of adopt the platform.
Yeah, I mean, the accounts can still be kind of, not known to the husband, right? I mean, it's nothing is stopping that.
Any thoughts on how do you establish trust? Because that is also a big part.
Yeah,
excuse me, this will be the last question. Kindly answer as fast as you can.
Currently we are banking on the trust that a lot of family jewelers have currently already established, and these have been players for about 100, 120 years in the industry. The other most important thing is we've gone through the association right up front, okay? We've kind of made sure that our exact merchant acquisition itself happens after the association has blessed saying, yes, these are genuine jewelers. They have actually kind of followed all the BIS hallmarking standards and all that. So there's a curated play here. And right now we don't have a brand and there's no brand trust for Scheme Central, but people come because there are already like let's say Davanam brand or Sri Rama brand and all that. That's kind of already there in the market. So that's essentially how we are kind of tapping on it.
Swamverse Big Data Solutions Private Limited, please give them a big round of applause.